weight barbell elite.
100 kg. Elite Men, event 2, heat number 1 is on the floor at Fall Series Throwdown 2024. We're inside the Palladesio here in Milan, Italy. My name is Brian Friend. We had one event outside on the track this morning, and the men in heat 1 are getting set to take on event number 2. We'll introduce you to the men, and then we'll introduce you to the workout, and then we'll get after it. Here in lane number 1, we got Fabrizio Coeli. Lane 2, Alberto Perrani. Lane 3, Michel Guarino. Is this right? Can't be right. Excuse me. Start again. This is better. Carlos Fernandez. Let me just make sure I got this right here. Carlos. Yeah, Carlos? Okay, bueno. Just checking. I got the right heat. Okay, now we go. Carlos Fernandez in lane 1. Salvador Leyva in lane 2. David Dinodato in lane 3. Joseph Thomas Greaves in lane 4. Bruno Bardeles in lane 5. Gabriel Bianchesi in 6. Nikos Umontomaitis in 7. Marco Erescato in 8. Biagio Rossini, 10th place overall right now in lane 9. And Christian Mares in 10. Other half of the floor. Lane 11, we got Giovanni Visciano, Diego Sica, Faber Danuzio, Fabio Rossi will be in 14. Luke Cagali, Elia Gandini, Riccardo Ciafroni, Vittorio De Luca, Lucas, and Ruben Munarriz. And they're taking on event 2, Grind the Grinch. See it on your screen here in a second. It's a 1,000-meter row. And then AMRAP in remaining times, 10-minute time cap of 3, 6, 9, 12, etc. Toes to bar and deadlifts at 100 kilos, about 220 pounds. Every time they finish a round, they'll move this cone to indicate that they've finished that rep. So after the first 3 and 3, they'll move it to the 3, meaning they're working on the round of 6 and continue in that fashion. Obviously, you can expect about 3.5 to 4 minutes of rowing for the men, depending on how aggressive they decide to be here. Mentioned that Biagio Rossini in the seat is in 10th overall. He's the highest seeded man after the running event this morning. Luca Galli, right here, is in 19th place, the only other man in the top 20 in this heat. Vittorio De Luca, we passed by him already, he's in 21st. 58 total men in this division. 3 heats of 20 coming up. You guys see how the floor is laid out. This is an incredible 60-meter floor rig, 2.6 meters per lane, 30 meters per side. So it's amazing for hosting big competitions. Difficult for live streaming with one camera, but we'll do our best. About a 150 pace here. Same thing. See, we're going to be looking for those that are rowing closer to 140 as an aggressive pace. Haven't seen any of those yet. A lot of 150s. Thomas Greaves came down from Scotland for this one. He's also competed in Rome, so not unfamiliar with the Italian community when it comes to fitness. Interesting technique here on the end. See how he relaxes the hands there on the way back in. And I did speak to some of the women after they did this one, talking about the grip. So take the workout down there, 1,000-meter row, and then an AMRAP of toes to bar and deadlifts. Approaching 3 minutes remaining. And see, the fastest guys on that side were all holding about 150. We had two women that pulled a faster pace than that throughout. They ended up holding on to get the two best scores. There we go. There's a 146 pace. 800 meters done so far. Lane 19, Lucas. Right next to him in lane 18, Vittorio De Luca. He is 21st overall after the running event this morning, closing in on 900 meters. Fastest rower on the floor might be in lane 17 and 16. We got hands up. And I'm gonna have to get off the floor here as it's about to get hectic. Apologize for the quick movement. Oh, we see first athlete up on the floor there, lane number 16, or up on the rig, I should say. And these guys are gonna be moving back and forth a lot. So the first guys moving are on this side of the floor, lane 16. Elia Gandini and a green t-shirt there. And then a couple spots closer to us in lane 14, Fabio Rossi. And here comes a host of other men. So we'll do our best to maintain a touch on what's going on. But again, there's athletes on both sides of the floor. So this might just be do the best we can scenario. I can swing on the other side and check the cones after a couple rounds to see if there's anyone keeping up with Gandini, but right now he looks like he's the only man. Just moved the cone twice. There he is in the green. Should be working on a set of 9 toes to bar here. .53 this morning out of 58 on the run, so definitely looking to bounce back a bit here, capitalizing on some rowing proficiency to say the least. Unbroken set of 9 on the toes to bar. What can happen in this one is you get into that side of 15 and 18, and if you start taking big breaks, things can sort of fall apart. So he's going to move on that set of 9 here in a second. Last rep, so he's done there. Let's go look at what's going on the other half of the floor. He's gonna try to scan and see on the round 2. So Elia Gandini in lane number 16 on the other half of the floor is leading. Looks like down there in lane 3 might be our leader on this side of the floor. If that's the case, it's David. He would be on the set of 12, toes to bar. Checking his grips a bit. Lane 6, Gabriele Bianchesi. Looks like he's in second on this half of the floor. Those cones on the floor are pretty nice, actually. That's David potentially moving over there. Developing up. All these guys are on the set of 12, I believe. Let's see which guy on this side leads his barbell first. David takes a break. Right next to him, Thomas Greaves. Lost the bright neon shirt. He's got the black shorts on down there, the black backwards hat. And 2 lanes closer from him, Gabriele Bianchesi. No, it's going to be David again. So David at 3 minutes is moving forward to the round of 15. Let's check on this side and see. One coat out in front of the others, and it's Elia Gandini. Maybe not, actually. No. So I think it's actually going to be right here. New leader. The leaders, I should say. Lanes 13 and 14. Fabio on the right, Fabio Danuzio and Fabio Rossi, who are working on a set of 15 deadlifts. So maybe a little change here as we approach the 2-minute mark to go. See which one of these guys comes off first. And it's Fabio Rossi at 150, moving his cone to that 15 number. And a couple lanes down, maybe Vittorio De Luca doing the same. Followed by Riccardo Cianfroni. Riccardo maybe one round behind those guys. This should be the set of 18 toes to bar. The top women finished 18 toes to bar and 18 deadlifts and got back to the toes to bar in the round of 21. They got less kilos for the same rows. 1 minute to go. Let's see if these guys can get off the toes to bar. It looks like there's 3 to go with Fabio Rossi, 2 to go, and he takes another break. That should be the last one. So we're gonna stay with Rossi and see how many deadlifts he can get in the last 45 seconds here. Might have company over there in the green shorts. That'll be lane 18. Vittorio De Luca, and then on the right side, Fabio as well. Lane 15 moving forward, Luca Galli. So these 4 guys all in the same set. 20 seconds to go. Have to check on the other half of the floor as well. Last 10 seconds. Ranking for every rep here with 60 guys in the field. What is that? 11? I can't read that. No idea. He finished all 18. Finished all 18 right there. How many deadlifts? 12. How many deadlifts? 11. Here. How many deadlifts do you get? 18. All. So 2 guys with all 18 deadlifts. That's lane 18 on the ground there, Vittorio De Luca, and then also Fabio Rossi will say that's probably the leaders on the floor. Joe, how far did you get?
18 plus.
18 toes to bar done?
No, 3 to go in the 18.
Nice. It's hard to cover both sides, but do our best.
Pardon?
Do my
better
best.
than the first one.
Good.
Thank you, brother.
All right, heat 1 is in the books. And heat 2 should be coming out here momentarily. Try to follow the same pattern of introducing you to the entire heat, tracking the first guys off the row, checking on one side, checking on the other, and hopefully settling in on the leaders at some point. It can be tough, especially if they end up spaced out on one side or the other, but looks like the round of 18 was complete for at least 2 of the guys there. No one got back to the toes to bar on the 21. They're taking on Grind to the Grinch, event 2 of 6 for this weekend. There's basically 2 events each day for all nearly 800 athletes who are competing at the Fall Series Throwdown this year. It's the 13th version of this competition. And here come all the men in heat number 2. So we're gonna start in lane 1 and work our way around. The guy in lane 1 is actually 5th place overall in the standings. It's not the highest seeded athlete in this field. We have the overall leader in this heat, but we got some good guys here. And there he goes, Zamfini. Alessio Zamfini will be in 1. Perfect. He's got his name on his shirt. Love it. Noah Lanini will be in 2. He's in 22nd overall right now. Danny Miko will be in lane 3. If he shows up, Angel Gea will be in 4. He's definitely competed earlier today. Claudia Bellini will be in 5. Matteo Greco will be in 6. Massimo De Felice will be in 7. Nikos Delakos will be in 8. Daphne the 9 didn't show up for the run this morning, so I'm expecting that to be empty. Lane 10, Yorgos Theodoridis, obviously out of Greece. Lane 11, Simone Giuliani. Lane 12, Paolo D'Agata, 17th this morning. Guillermo Gonzalo Ananin in 13. Lane 14, Rosadulas Crisanto out of Cyprus, 7th place this morning on the running event. Lane 15, I have Federico Judes here in lane 15. Luca Bertelli, Alessio Menicelli. Here is the overall winner of the morning event, the Stonecutter, I've been told his name means. Mattia Tagliapietra, Dejan Dacic, Bosnian. 8th place overall, be in lane 19. Simone Viola here, rounding out the heat in 20. It's a 1,000-meter row. AMRAP of toes to bar and deadlifts in remaining time. 1:37 on the screen there. We'll give you the frontal view of these guys coming back around. Expect these guys, the big boys right here, to get off the rower early, so we'll be catching up with them in a bit. There is efficiently. Nice, relaxed rolling technique here in lane number 11. Simone Giuliani looking pretty good. He's about 420 meters in, holding about a 142. So faster paces that we're seeing here in heat 2. Mostly expected. 139 on the rower here. That's lane number 10. Yorgos, 148 pace right there. 139 pace here in 7. For Massimo, nice come to a 145, 145. No one really pushing the 140 on this side of the floor. 142. It's just at 650 meters. Let's check on these big guys over here. My goodness, in lane 20, Simone still ripping on this rower. He's almost to 700 meters. Dejan Dacic has a 137, 138 there. He's at 725. Right next to him, Mattia, not much different, holding 141. In lane 17, Alessio also holding about a 140. And these guys are going to be coming off this rower quick. Try to get to an angle where we can make sure to see who gets off that rower first. We're going to pull wide. Just past the 3-minute mark. I'm expecting these 3 guys to be some of them. We're going to keep our eye on the other side of the floor. Zanfini should be relatively quick in 1, and it looks like lane 7, Massimo as well, could be amongst the leaders to get off the floor. Hands up for almost everyone other than the leaders. It's Dejan Dacic in 19, Alessio in 17. Now several guys on this side of the floor who are all off before Zanfini just gets on the bar on the other side. There's the leader currently in green. Of course, everything can change here in the AMRAP. Dacic, a great rower. And there you see Christodoulos, did I say his name right? Christodoulos, excuse me. Last man off the rower, not surprising. Keep an eye on him there on the left side of the screen. If he rips these deadlifts fast, he could absolutely make up some ground on those toes to bar late. Docic set a 6 out the gate there. We'll stay here probably through the round of 9, and then we'll go check on the other side of the floor. There's Docic. First to move again, and then 3 lanes down from him. Luca Bertelli jumping up in the blue shorts there. Unbroken 9 there. Let's go look at what's going on the other side of the floor. And Zamfini right here was leading the way for these guys. It looks like he's got some company. I'm assuming they're on the same round. Zamfini in the white, and then in the purple. In lane 5, Claudio Bellini. Likely the 2 leaders here. Almost a straight leg deadlift for Zamfini in the foreground, but Bellini moves first. Those are the round of 9, so it's gonna be tight here. Other side of the floor, it's 2 guys jumping up for 12, 3 guys now with Mattia, and then Zamfini there amongst the leaders. Bellini in the purple moving decently as well. And I might have to go check on Massimo down there. That might be the leader actually in the black. Let's go check and see. 4 minutes and change to go here. It's on the deadlifts there, maybe the leader. Like a Nikos Pilakos. 1 lane off. Let's see if he moves this to cover up to 12. And Zamfini is going to be doing the same over there. Let's check on these guys. He's covering the 12, so is he. So Mattia and Dejan as well. So we got a lot of guys in the mix. And one of them, who I said might be to watch out for, Christodoulos, is in the same heat as around as all the rest of these guys. Let's see what the toes to bar look for the man out of Cyprus. Set of 15 here as we approach the final 3 minutes. It's being able to hang on for big sets of toes to bar that makes a big difference in this Metcon for the guys at the elite level. Mattia looks like he's off the bar in the purple. 15 unbroken. And he may be in the top 5 now after being basically the last guy off the rower. Other side of the floor, Nikos is in the mix on the deadlifts. I want to see whichever guy gets back to these toes to bar first is going to be the guy we try to track. Zamfini is just getting started on him. Two and a half minutes remain. And let's go to Nikos. As he's moving, he's got to move his cone. But this will be to get into the set of 18. He should be leader on the floor right there. Hasn't picked it up yet. Here we go. Lane 8, Nikos Diliakos, 27th this morning, leading this heat. Mattia and Christodoulos on the other side of the floor also moving. You can see him in the background. Christodoulos jumping up there. Mattia in the back left, just through the floor blocks. You can see him in the purple. Those guys are second and third. Zamfini, if we go really wide, is on the left side of this rig. He's fourth in the heat. These guys are very spread out. Hopefully we'll have a reseed tomorrow to get some of the guys closer together. But a minute 30 to go. And it's deadlifts here. Again, 18 of these to match the score from the previous heat. He's got more time to do it. Everyone else still on the toes to bar. Christodoulas just finishes up. Christodoulas has surged all the way to second in the heat. Despite being last man off the rower, at least on his half of the floor, he's working on the deadlifts. Right there. Still hasn't set him down. Now he does. See the hand up here. Iliakos, one deadlift to go. So all these toes bar will be the new score to beat. 18 in the books, starting the round at 21. He's the only man to get here so far. 30 seconds remain. See what he's got for us. Not too long of a break there. Well done. One more deadlift for Christodoulas. He's going to get to the toes to bar. One toes to bar from him will vault past those guys in heat one. 10 seconds to go. They're the only two men to get to the toes to bar so far. Mattia actually as well back there grinding away. No. How many? 10. 10 for Nikos. How many? 7. Christodoulas. And a leader coming into this one. How many did he get? 5 for Mattia. The stone cutter.
Thank you.
Yeah, great work, man. Only 3 guys in that heat even made it to that set of toes to bar, so they'll be the top 3 guys with 1 heat to go. And first place this morning for Mattia is going to set him up for a really strong day one. Christodoulas as well have second currently in the division in this event. 7th on the run. Christo, good work. Say hello to Cyprus.
Hello, Cyprus. I love you all.
Hello, Cyprus. I love you. There you go. All right, we got 1 heat to go for the men. And Nikos Taliakos. Nico. Nice work, man. Good work. Yeah. It's best in the heat. I know. Yeah. I can't. Yeah. He can't even feel his hands, he said. Wow. And I got the night to rest and recover. Final heat will be coming up. Throw the workout back up there if you're just joining us. This is the Fall Series Throwdown 2024, 13th edition of it. We're in Milan, Italy, in the Paladesio Sports Hall here. We were here last year, and grateful to be welcome back. Heat number 20 will be the last heat of the night. You see the guys making their way out now. We'll do the same rhythm here. We'll try to track the guys down into lane number 1, work our way around, introduce you to all 20 men in the heat, and then we'll get into the 10-minute event. 1,000 meters on the row, 3, 6, 9, 12, toes to bar, and deadlifts at 100 kilos, 220. 20 pounds, excuse me. Thought the MC was looking at me for something there. All right, lane number 1, Fabrizio, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Make sure I have the right heat. Fabrizio Coeli, lane number 1, Alberto Irani in 2. Michel Guardino in 3. Valerio Cecchi in lane number 4. Lane 5, Alessandro Bocci, 25th this morning. In lane 6, we got Christian Tieca. Christian, how old are you? 23, young man. Doing pretty well so far, 6th place this morning. Luca Guerra next to him, 9th place this morning. Lane 8, Federico Tisenghi. Lampro Sapunas. Keep an eye on him here. Michelangelo Natalucci will round out the men on this half of the floor. Potentially the competition favorite on this half of the floor, Georgia Juric. 12th this morning on the run. A legend in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Go to the front side to introduce you to the rest of the guys there. There's Georgia. Andrea Russo, 13th this morning. Franzi Anelli representing Albania. Christos Yavras, 3rd place this morning out of Greece. Solid start to the conversation for him. Jose Antonio Lopez out of Spain took 2nd on the running event this morning. Gianmarco Borsellino is 16th outdoors. Merlin Pietersma, 14th place out there. Stefano Migliorini, the Italian legend, 18th place on the running this morning. Alex Magnarelli, 4th in the first event, and Spyros Dragonis, I would say one of the other podium favorites here, 11th on the run this morning. So a lot of these guys finishing in the top 20 on event number 1. 134 on the screen here for Spyros. 141 for Alex. 138 Migliorini. 136 for Marilyn. 135 in lane 16, Gianmarco. These guys are hammering. Jose on the 132 pace. Nice comfortable place here in 14 out of Christos. 140, I really like that. I don't think you need to do 135 on this. 144 for Frenzy, no problem there. 140 and 12, that's Andrea Russo. And George, a big, powerful man, 135 as he gets towards the 600 meters. Almost 2 minutes gone. They're not going to need much time on this rower. 138 pace there. 140 for Lampros. 141. Lane. Another 141 pace. Christian Pica, watch out for this guy. 145, 142. Okay, lane 4, 138 pace here. Valerio, 143. We're past 700 meters on pretty much every rower. It's one of the slower paces we'll see. We'll see if it pays off for him on the gymnastics, deadlift and combo in 141. So we're gonna have some guys get into that last 250 pretty quick here. I think there's going to be fast rowers on both sides, but three minutes gone. Hand up there for Jose Antonio Lopez. There's a hand on the other side of the floor. Now several hands up. Wow. 313 row. Juric moving 2nd. Spyros. And now several other men coming up. Probably work our way around there, but we got really talented athletes on both sides of the floor here. Spyros Dragonis closest to us, Georgia Juris further from us are amongst the competition favorites. And couldn't be any further apart. And then we got some good athletes on the other half of the floor as well. So let's see how it goes through the first round and a half. Georgia Juric already moving on Jose Antonio Lopez. Lopez with a 1 deadlift advantage there. Ziavras. What's that? Come on, what's that? Yeah, that's the Avras there. That guy's gonna be tough to beat on this one. Spyro's looking around and sees all these guys are getting after it here. This is gonna be crazy. Still Jose, Georgia. I'm sorry, that's Gianmarco coming. Gianmarco Borsellino. Ooh, lane 17. Mirlin called back for a rep there, costly potential few seconds. And Georgia Juric moving at the 5-minute mark at the same time as Jose Antonio Lopez. So those are the leaders on that half of the floor. Let's see what we got over here. These guys are on this part of it are all well behind. We got to move down here to see who's keeping up the pace. And it looks like it's going to be there. Lane 5. Alessandro moving very well. Advancing to the round at 12. And Diaka here on a set of 12 deadlifts. So same round as Juric. Lopez and a bunch of the guys on the other side are going to drop the singles here. I have a feeling this guy can rip the toes to the bar, which is why he's keeping it. And there he goes. He's moving at the same time as Georgia. So he may be amongst the leaders, moves it to the 15 mark. Georgia's back there in the green shirt. Let's see who comes off the rig here first. Everyone else falling off the pace a little bit. Definitely leading on this half of the floor, 15 unbroken. We're not going to lose sight of the young man in 6. Let's see how Georgia Juric is doing. He's only about a rep behind him, but Diaka was going to singles on the deadlift. Let's see what Georgia Juric has here. Look at the power here. That leg drive, same as he was using on the row. Veteran athlete. I don't know how many times he's been the fittest man in Bosnia, but it's been about a decade that he's been either first or second. And lane 18, Migliorini may be the other man in the fight here. So you get 3 minutes to go. Diaka is back on the rig, so he's into the round of 18 toes to bar. He's first in the heat, and we'll catch up with him in a second. Georgia Juric is going to be second. Migliorini is moving as well, so he'll advance the marker, saying he's done with the round of 15. Let's check on Stefano. Yep, Stefano was just a rep behind. Let's get a look at his toes to bar. And Diaka, I'm keeping an eye on him as well. 18 unbroken toes to bar. That's the recipe. Diaka 6 this morning, Juric 12, Migliorini 18. So Diaka, awesome here on day number 1. 2:20 to go. These guys are on the same round right here. Lane 19, we got Magnorelli and Dragonis in 20. Christian Diaka, singles on the deadlifts. Georgia Juric and now Stefano Migliorini look like they're the top 3 guys. About a minute 45 to go. 18s are done for Diaka. Holy cow. Set at 21 here. He's been unbroken on the toes to bar so far. Next to him in lane 7, there's Luca Guerra. He had a top 10 finish this morning. So a whole round behind him. Lampros opponents on the bar over there as well. 21 unbroken. He's going to win. And Diaka absolutely running away with this. Georgia Juric is just getting to the toes to bar. This is going to be the event to winner almost definitely on the men's side. 30 seconds to go. Nobody else that I've seen is on the deadlifts in this round. Migliorini and Juric are in a battle on the toes bar with several other people. He's going back, having finished the set at 21. This is insane. Christian Diaka. He's way ahead. 10 seconds left. This guy's form endurance grip strength is just insane. Juric finished the deadlift with the toes to bar, but Christian Diaka, how many did he get? 11. All unbroken sets. of toes to bar. Wow, Christian, how's your English?
What?
How is your English? Okay? No? Where are you from?
Moldavia.
Moldova.
Yes.
And you're 23. First time here? No. Fourth time at Fall Series.
Yes.
You like this
First
competition?
experience, second regular, third elite, and fourth elite.
Okay, that was amazing. All toes to bar unbroken.
Yeah.
And 6th place on the run. You're pretty good.
Thanks.
Okay, great stuff, man. See you tomorrow. Proud family right there. Great job, guys. Wow. Wow, that was an amazing performance. Thank you to all the judges today. Great team here. Been putting this competition on a long time. My man Dedo right there. Thank you to Rodri back home in Spain who's been helping me set everything up. Day 1 is in the books for Fall Series Throwdown number 13. We'll be back from Milan, Italy tomorrow morning with the women taking on the 1 rep max clean and jerk. Have a great night and we'll see you tomorrow.